Hello everybody, BigPlanes here, and today I have an update video to share with you on progress that I've made to my custom Lego Boeing British Airways 777-300ER. It's a bit of a mouthful there, and today's update is going to be centered primarily around progress that I have made to the nose of this aircraft. Now, right off the bat, I just want to share with you that this is still very much sort of in the prototyping phase. Things aren't 100% done. There are still some gaps here and there. I'm still playing around with things, and this is more or less a first draft. So if you see some things that don't look quite right, just keep in mind this is a first draft, so things will continue to change, and yeah, there's a lot of stuff here that isn't what it's going to look like when it's done. But I am happy to share that I think that I have pretty good first draft here of what the nose of the 777 is going to look like. And again, most of the updates that you will see going forward on this will be in conjunction with updates to other parts of the plane. So this is going to be the last update video centered around the nose of the 777, just because at this point it's mostly done. There are still some small things that need to be worked on. So it's pretty much there, and this thing is sort of uses techniques from a lot of my other wide body aircraft. So some of you who have watched the channel for a while will recognize, of course, the cross section from the 747. I have used very similar techniques for both the windscreen right here as well as the side paneling as I did on the A380. So, oh, and the nose, the very front of the nose is sort of reminiscent of the 787. So again, this is of course a unique airplane. The techniques I'm using on this are unique. However, I am sort of keying back to what I did with other models to help me along with this one, and I think it has definitely helped quite a bit here. So this is what I've come up with for now, and I decided to brick build the windshield. I'm going to come around here so to get better lighting. I've decided to brick build the windshield because people really seem to like that, and it allows me to actually get more detail in the windshield. So I think that looks pretty good. The radome is coming along nicely. I think I was able to plug most of the gaps that I had last time with it, and it looks pretty good. And I'm going to demonstrate to you the techniques that I used under this. So I will take the roof off so that you can see in there. But just real quick, this right here is the door, and I tried to, and the lighting is just not good, I tried to eliminate as many gaps around here as I could. Again, you're gonna, well, I'll open the door when I take the top off, but you can see this is what it looks like. And of course I'll get down from a little bit lower angle. You can see that again, the windows in the background are not helping, but the nose gear is not entirely on the ground. As you can see, it has about a couple millimeters of clearance. This is of course steerable, so that was very nice. You can see all the doors are in underneath here. I have these doors which should be about like right here. Again, sorry about the shaky camera, I'm holding it with one hand. So yeah, that's what I have going on there. I generally actually pretty much like the nose here. I like the shape. Again, there are still some gaps here and there which I am going to fill, and I'm experimenting in some areas still because I want to, of course, eliminate as many of those gaps as possible. So now that my talking is out of the way about how this is still a work in progress, I'm going to remove the top, and I'm going to show you the techniques. So this can be removed very easily. You just grab it with one hand, and let's see if I can do this. There we go. This is what it looks like underneath. Again, I used very similar techniques that I used on some of my other models, utilizing ball hinges and those plates with the open studs. I'm going to go back to holding the camera with two hands now, but that's what it looks like underneath. So you can pause the video right now if you want to see that in a little bit greater detail. But again, this is actually fairly durable. I'm very happy with how it's turned out, and I quite like it. You can see here that I really do like those mixel joints. They help a lot when it comes to getting the exact angle that I want to get. And I get a lot of questions about doing a nose tutorial, and I have not done a nose tutorial, and I'm sorry to inform some of you, but I will not do a nose tutorial because each nose is very different. The techniques on this one, although similar, are not the same as they are on any other airplane. All I can really do is give you tips on how to maybe go about building it. And one of these tips that I would recommend using is the mixel joints. So again, I think if you want to get the angles and all the panels properly angled at whatever angle you want it. So for whatever airplane you're building, I would recommend using the mixel joints. So now that that's out of the way, we can see the inside here, and there really isn't much of an interior right now. But really quickly, this is the door. This basically just opens how you would expect a door to on an airplane, very similar to my other models. And you can see, I'm going to come around here, these large Technic beams here are connected up here using a one of those 4-long axles with the stoppers at the end. And I've replaced these for Technic bricks. So this right here is connected to this. Again, the idea behind having these 2 giant beams right there is to prevent the roof from trying to sandwich apart or trying to split apart, because sometimes on really long models the fuselage will sag, obviously, and it will want to sandwich apart, because I don't want to have any crease right here. I want this to be nice and flush, and I don't want any gaps. So this right here basically anchors the roof under the fuselage, so it will not let it both sandwich apart, and it helps it from sliding back and forth. So again, that's just a structural element. I'm going to hide that in, I believe, the galley, or it's possibly a lavatory there. I don't really remember, though these beams will not really be visible once the model is done. They will be hidden. Up towards the front, you can see sort of the techniques that I've used to build the windshield there. No cockpit right now. That will be added, so do not worry. Again, I was just going for the general shape of the nose, and the interior will be added last, pretty much. So yeah, that's what I have for this update, and I'm very happy with the progress that I've been able to make on this. Again, noses are challenging, and they change quite a bit from the beginning to the end. So some things that don't look quite right, or if you see a gap here and there, I'm aware of it, and I am working to fix it. So yeah, that's about going to wrap it up for this one. I am targeting late December for the final video, the final published video for this model. So I only have a few weeks left to finish building this, film it, and then of course edit and publish it. So I'm going to be working at a feverish pace to get this done, and I'm going to bring all of you along for the ride with me. That's all I really have for this one. I hope that you've enjoyed this video, and I look forward to bringing you more in the near future. That's it for this one, and bye for now.